Hey guys, Oakley here and welcome to episode 3 of my Road to a Million. First off, before I start, I just want to say that I've got a new channel background, so if you go check it out, tell me what you think. I'm really happy with it. The guy who made it is in the description. He does tutorials on Photoshop as well as some gameplay, so go check him out. But let's crack on to while you're watching. So in this episode, we're going to be concentrating on buying players again and buying bronze players and a few gold players. So first off, we're going to be looking for bronze players. In the description as well, there's going to be a link to the Ultimate Team database website, which if you go onto the player trading, I think it is, do a search for a 64 rated maximum and then 88 pace. It'll bring up all the bronze players. And then what you want to do is, or what I'm concentrating on, are basically the top 5 to 10 players on that list, because they're all worth about 5,000 plus. For example, you've got John Taylor, who's probably the most expensive bronze player who's not in inform, who's worth 15,000 all day long. You've got players like Westcar, Powell, Ainsworth, Weston, if I haven't mentioned him, and Adoru. If I pronounced any of them wrong, I do apologise. But what I'm doing is I'm doing a search for sort of 2,000, 3,000 maximum. And then just going through trying to look for the cheap players of those cards and then putting a bid on them. And then obviously if I can get them for less than 3,000, I've made a tidy profit on some of them. Obviously check the prices beforehand, because they may have changed when you're viewing this. But as I said, for example, Taylor goes for 15,000 all day long. So if you can pick him up for anywhere less than 12,000, you made yourself a small profit. If you can pick him up for 10,000 or less, you've made yourself a tidy sort of 4,000, really. And that's the guy that I'm going to be concentrating on most in this episode. But I do pick up quite a few of the other players. So I'm just going through some of these bronze players. And we're also going to be concentrating on some gold players, because from the last episode, I did pick up some bargains. Buffon I picked up for 600 and 700 coins, sold him for 2,000. So I thought, you know what, my top sort of 4 players that I bought from last episode, I'll try and buy them in bulk, and let's see if I can make a tidy profit on that. So that's also what we're going to be doing. But as I said, the bronze players, just go on that website, get the list up for yourself, and then whatever your budget is, you don't really need a lot for this. You can just do it on 3,000 coins really, because I do pick up some absolutely steals of bargains here. So you just want to go on that website, check what your price range is, and then just go looking for those players on the cheap. John Taylor, as I keep mentioning, I concentrate on him. I do pick up some of them for like 6,000 coins, and when you can sell them for 15,000 all day long, you're making yourself a tidy profit. But there are other players that are easy to get. Weston, when I very first started, was easy to get on the cheap, but his price just seemed to shoot up, and while I was in the middle of doing it, and then there weren't really that many of him, but I do pick up quite a few on the cheap. And these are the gold players that I was telling you about. I picked up quite a few Darren Fletchers and Buffon. Darren Fletcher was quite easy to buy, but quite hard to sell. I had to be patient and keep putting him up for what I wanted to sell him at, which was anywhere between sort of 1,200 and 1,800 coins really, because I didn't want to just buy him for 600 and put him up for like 900 and get him to sell all the time. And as you can see there, I've got my eye on some Podolskis as well, because he's always a good money maker, and he can, if you get him in the right formation, go for about 3,000 coins. And as you can see here, I'm just selling my cards, but I'm putting them. I'm putting basically my money straight back in. And as you can see there, I sell Darren Fletcher, I sell Weston for 7,000, which I end up picking up for 600 coins, if you saw before. And there's Taylor, selling for 15,000. Buffon sells for 2,500. And Darren Fletcher, I was selling for anywhere between 1,200 to 1,800, depending on formation. I pick up another 2 John Taylors for 10,000 each in a 4-1-2-1-2 formation. And surprisingly, that was probably the hardest formation to sell. I seem to sell all the other formations quite well and quite quick, but the 4-1-2-1-2 it just seemed to struggle to sell. When I was selling all the other cards for 15,000, I thought, oh, a 4-1-2-1-2, I can at least get another 2,500. But that wasn't the case. It just seemed like the 15,000 was the cut-off point that people were willing to pay for that card. And as you can see here, I pick up another Western for 5,300. I was a bit worried paying that much for him, seeing as I was expecting to get about 7,000 for him. But as I said, his price was shooting up, so what I put him up for, he sold quite quickly. And as you can see that I pick up an Oduru, I think you pronounce his name, for 600 coins, which is an absolute bargain, because he goes for about 6,000 coins easily. And as you can see here, as I said, I'm concentrating on Taylor, because that's where the money is in bronze, in a bronze player. He goes for 15,000. If you can pick him up anywhere below 12,000, you've made yourself a small profit. If you pick him up any lower than that, for like 8 to 10,000, you've made yourself 5 to 7,000 coins. Easy money all day long. And as you can see here, I'm just selling these quite quickly, and this is where you see this shoot up to just under 110,000. I made around about 55, I think, thousand. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, comment, rate, subscribe. As I said, in the description is the Ultimate Team Database website, and I will be uploading a video in a little bit of my free packs that you get, because it's the start of the month, so I thought I'd quickly upload them, show you what I get. So I'll catch you all later.